Hey everybody. Okay, I have it going live on my Instagram and I am live on YouTube right now. So hey everybody. See if anybody logs in on Instagram for whatever reason. Instagram is like always delayed. Hey Carla. Hello. Hi Dominic. Let me put my glasses on so I don't be squinting this whole situation. Wow, that's a lot clearer. That's so sad. Hey, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. So some of you guys might know that I went live last night on my Instagram. Super unplanned, mostly because me and my husband went to the zoo yesterday. And literally after we left the zoo, he like dropped me off at our front door and just kept rolling. So I had nothing to do yesterday. So I decided to go live on my on my YouTube channel. And it turned into like an hour and a half long question and answer session, and somebody commented and was like, this was like a master class. So I was like, dang, I just gave away a free master class, but whatever. I mean, I tend to do that anyway. So I just wanted to be more intentional today and plan to go live so that more people can log on and ask questions. If anybody has any, this is my first time ever going live on 2 platforms at the same time. So ignore me as I go from here to here. It's going to take some getting used to, but let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. I am here to answer. I need to grab my computer charger because that's going to die soon, but I have my phone all plugged up, so we're all good. So my husband just told me to take a shot before I went live to relax a little bit. So I took a shot or 2. And we'll see how this goes because I'm little and it doesn't take much for me to feel good. So here I am. Okay, let me see. I saw a few people say something over here on Instagram. So I asked on my Instagram if there was anything that you guys wanted me to talk about tonight. And let me see. Let me go look and see what you guys said. I probably should have looked at that prior, but it's okay. We're going to figure it out. I know some people asked about email marketing, and someone asked about like larger retailers being able to get clothing before us smaller retailers and why vendors sell a lot of merchandise so fast and things like that. So we can talk about all that. Okay, let's see. What you drinking? Ciroc. I was like, that's not going to make me relax. It's going to make me like excited, but whatever. Okay, let's have one. This may be a dumb question. Carla, you always say that. No question is a dumb question. Didn't you learn that in school? What do you do when you run out of an item? Do you delete it entirely off of your website or just hide it? Oh my God. Okay, you sent me this question last night while I was like this much sleep. So, or no, this much awake, shall I say. So I meant to respond to that. So it depends on if I have intentions of getting the item again, then I'll leave it up. Or if I feel like it was one of my best sellers and that was something that was just so great that I feel like people need to know that I had it at some point, and it will give them an indication of the type of styles that I sell, then I might leave it up for an extended amount of time. By extended, I mean like maybe a month. But for the most part, I try to keep my website as clean as possible. If I do leave the out of stock items up, then I make sure that I reorganize my the order of my inventory on my website so that it is the out of stock stuff isn't showing at the very top. I just move it to the bottom. So sometimes I leave it up, sometimes I don't. It usually depends on what it is. Yes, I'll take what Carla, I can always count on you to take a shot with me. Planning on taking a trip to the LA Fashion District. Any tips or things I should know before going so it's a productive trip? Okay, first and foremost, if any of you are going to the Fashion District, wear comfy shoes first and foremost, because it's a lot of walking. Second, I would say to plan the trip as much as you can. And by plan, I mean like go on like Fashion Go, LA Showroom, and things like that. Look for the vendors that you're interested in shopping with. I usually make a list of them, or like I favorite the vendors on Fashion Go. I might even like write down or copy and paste into my notes app on my phone where those vendors are located in the fashion district. And then I also favorite styles that I'm interested in buying or just checking out while I'm out there. So that way when I get there, it's a lot to look at. So even if you plan, you're still going to get like sidetracked by all the pretty things. But I try to have some sort of a plan as far as like favorited items that I am like in search of first and foremost. So like when I first get there, my mission is to look for the things and the vendors that I wanted to see. I wasted something on my shirt. Anyway, I try to go and see those vendors and those styles first and foremost. And then after I've done that, maybe the second day, then I venture off. But I always still try to have a plan as far as what it is that I'm hoping to buy for that upcoming collection or season. So like a certain number of dresses, a certain number of tops, bottoms, jumpsuits, whatever it is that I'm looking for. So have a plan, wear comfy shoes, take notes. Don't be quick to purchase things just because you love it, because there's a lot of vendors out there that sell the same things or very similar things, and they all have different prices. So take your time. Don't like impulse buy and things like that. Those would be my tips. Let's see if there's any questions over here on the YouTube. How do you manage expenses of sales and in inventory? By expenses of sales, what do you mean? I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. Like, do you mean how do I keep track of my expenses and my inventory? If that's what you mean, I make sure that my whatever e-commerce platform that I use has an inventory tracking like system built into it. But I also have OCD, so I keep track of it myself through Google Sheets, which is just like Excel. And I just keep a running list of all of the inventory that I have, when I got it, how many of it I had. And then I also keep track of when I sold it and all of those things. So let me know if that's not the question that you were wanting me to answer, and I will rephrase. I'm interested in inventory management. What about inventory management would you like to know? Give me some specifics if you can. Let's see. Email marketing. How often do you send out emails? So I just switched my my website to Shopify. My website was hosted on WordPress. So I've only been using Shopify for about not even a month yet. So I haven't sent any emails as of yet. I don't really have a schedule for how often I send emails. I probably should. I would say on average, at least once a week would be ideal to send your customers emails. What I find is that most people are just unaware of what to send in those emails. And so because they don't know what to send, they just don't send anything at all. So I would say on average, at least once a week. If you're looking for what to share or what type of content to put into those emails, just go through your own emails. I literally just went through my emails today and favorited some emails that I've received from different retailers, and am going to use those as inspiration for my own email. So at least once a week. There's so many things you could share: your new arrivals, a style that you're loving, a style that's not selling too well. Obviously, you don't say that in the email that's not selling too well, but you want to feature that as a featured item. If you do blog posts, customer features, trends for the upcoming season, sales, promotions, obviously, so many things. So at least once a week, I would say would be ideal. Ooh, questions just coming left and right. Jesus help me. Can you help me find wholesale church clothes, please? Okay, so that's not my demographic. And also, you'd be surprised at the different definition of church clothes that people have. So like I had a lady send me a message a couple days ago and asked me if I could find semi-sexy church clothes. And I was like, what does that look like? I don't know what that looks like. So I guess I would say I need to have a better understanding of what your type of church clothes looks like. Any idea of drop shipping versus wholesale? I want to start a boutique, but so confused on what to choose. Love your channel, by the way. Can you build a website that does both drop shipping and wholesale? Okay, I'm gonna answer your questions backwards. So yes, you can build a website that does both drop shipping and wholesale. Shopify is a great platform to do that because they have a lot of apps that you can download onto the platform that have drop shipping capabilities, and you can connect with suppliers to drop ship your merchandise, but you can also build your own website, upload your own products and things like that. So yes, you can have a website that does both. Let's see, what else did you say? And any idea of drop shipping versus wholesale buying? So I don't personally have any experience with drop shipping. I think drop shipping is smart, especially if you don't have the space to hold merchandise in your home and things like that. I think the only downfall to drop shipping is when you don't have any knowledge of the merchandise that you're selling. Like you don't know if the quality of the merchandise is up to par or whatever. So, I mean, if you have knowledge of the merchandise being up to a certain level and being of a certain quality, then I would say go for it. But if you're just gonna like blindly start drop shipping things, I personally wouldn't recommend it. Okay, let me switch back to, this is work, switching back and forth. Hey guys, I usually wave at everybody, but there's so many people. Ooh. Check out my view. Sorry, didn't mean to turn that around. Okay, let me see what else. What is the name of the marketing class you took? The marketing class I took was called the Marketing Accelerator. The virtual marketing accelerator, I believe it was called. So yeah. What's the best day of the week to visit the fashion industry? I wouldn't say there's a best or worst day. I personally like the beginning of the week just because I feel like it's like a fresh start to new merchandise being put out and all that. But at the same time, they get new merchandise. Most vendors get new merchandise every single day. So if you're wanting to shop like the sample sales and things like that they have on Saturdays, like early Saturday mornings, then I would say pick some end of the week days versus beginning of the week. But I wouldn't say there's any best day personally because vendors get new stuff all the time. Do you do many vendor events, and what are some in-person selling techniques? I have done 3 in-person vendor events. And I personally enjoy in-person selling versus online just because it's easier and it's what I'm most familiar with from working in retail for so long. So I wouldn't say there are technically like in-person selling techniques. I would just say that it's easier to sell something to someone in their face versus online. You can study their facial expressions as you're telling them about your products and your business and everything, and kind of read their face to see if what you're saying is resonating with them or not. You're able to suggest things that might pair well with something that they're looking at, or make suggestions based on the style that they seem to exude by what they're wearing and things like that. So it's just a lot easier to communicate with potential customers in person versus communicating with them in an online setting. Do some of the vendors at the fashion district drop ship? I have no idea because I have never inquired about them drop shipping. So it's possible, but I have no idea. Can you get a sample of the item you want to drop ship and maybe use it to do your own photo? So as far as most of the vendors in the fashion district, they do not offer samples. Mostly like the vendors on like AliExpress and platforms like that. I've heard that they are more likely to offer samples, but the ones in the fashion district are not more likely to offer samples. Hey guys. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm going back and forth between these two platforms like this. Ooh, pray for me. Okay, how do you grow your IG page as a new business? You grow your IG page as a new business by being consistent and by knowing who you are targeting. So the reason why most people don't see growth or an increase in followers or, likes, engagement, things like that as a new business is because they aren't consistent, first and foremost, and they also don't know who they're targeting. Also, their content isn't great. So you need to produce good quality content that speaks to a specific audience, and you need to do it consistently. So that's how you grow. The short answer to how you grow your Instagram page as a new business. Most people are just posting random things. Their captions are very generic. It's like new red dress in stock. Click the link in our bio. Use code blah, blah, blah to get 20% off. Free shipping until Saturday. That doesn't speak to anybody in particular. And it's also not enough to make anybody want to click the link in your bio to go shop. So even that discount is not enough to make somebody want to click the link in your bio, especially if the content, the picture or video or whatever it is that you shared, if that's not up to par, then nothing else matters at that point, especially on a platform like Instagram. Instagram is driven by photos and by imagery. So if your imagery isn't popping, your page isn't going to be popping, point blank, period. Hey guys. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hey, Natalie. You guys follow Natalie? She has a YouTube channel too. If you're not following her, y'all should. She's super sweet. She goes live way more often than I do. Okay, let me look and see what some of the topics that people said we should talk about tonight were. Let's see. A whole video on how bigger boutiques will get styles before smaller brands, because a lot of people don't understand that. I'm tired of seeing people ask for case vendors in the Facebook group. Somebody else said ads. Someone said how to hire a model for your boutique, how to set up and create email campaigns, content marketing. Okay. Okay, so someone on YouTube said, is it bad to open an IG page before your website launches? How would you market for a website that is still to launch? No, you should definitely create your social media pages prior to your launch, because you need to find a way to engage with people, your potential customers or your target audience prior to that launch. You want to share something with them that will get them excited about your launch. So to answer your question, no, it's definitely a good thing for you to open an IG page before your website launches. And then as far as marketing your website or marketing for your website, that's still to launch. So you kind of have to find content that resonates with your audience. So for instance, before I launched, one of the things that I did, I love Pinterest. I love Pinterest a lot. So I went on Pinterest and I think I just made a video about this earlier today, actually. No, I didn't. I just mentioned it in the video. Anyway, so on Pinterest, prior to going on Pinterest, I would write out a list of things that are keywords that describe my business and then describe the customer that I was targeting. And then I thought about like all the things that my target audience likes. So in the example that I made or gave in the video that I did earlier, I think the example I gave was that the customer likes brunch, she likes traveling, she likes lipstick, fashion, date night, things like that. So then I went on Pinterest and I started to search for things like that. And I also had my brand colors already decided upon, which made things a lot easier. So on Pinterest, I would literally go on there and type in like pink fashion quotes, or whatever my brand colors are, yellow fashion quotes, or yellow travel pictures, or orange, whatever relates to my business and my audience. So you need to have something about your business needs to be established. Your target audience, what type of content that you can create in regards to things that they like or things that resonates with them. So And then, of course, you also want to include in your captions, not every time, but as often as you can, something about your boutique launching soon, telling them to click the link in your bio to sign up for your email list, to get exclusive offers when you launch, and things like that. Over here. Can you give examples of a non-generic caption of a dress? Okay, so for example, did I write this down? Hold on. I wrote down a list of things to consider as you are writing like product descriptions and captions. I literally just wrote this down today. So it should be right here on this page. Okay, I'm gonna just read this whole page to y'all. So earlier today, I was working on a piece of my course. So I have, if you guys didn't know, I have 3 courses available for boutique owners. One's a beginner's course, one's an intermediate course, and then one is specifically for learning how to create ads. But I was creating modules today for developing product descriptions, captions, and things like that. So I'm going to give you all a sneak peek of what's in that particular module. So as far as creating product descriptions and captions, these are things that you need to know. So you need to know your customer, know your tone, avoid jargon like fashion related words that people won't understand. Use descriptive words that tap into how it'll make them feel. Include any benefits. Answer potential questions that might arise. Give style advice. And then, so here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions that you should ask yourself as you're creating product descriptions and captions. Who is this for? What are the details of it? Where could they wear it? When could they wear it? Why should they have it? How will it benefit them or their wardrobe? And so I guess you could say, you don't have to answer all of those questions in your captions or product descriptions, but those are things that you should think about as you're writing it. So say, for example, you're selling a, I don't know, little black lace dress or whatever. Let's say that the dress is called, what's a quirky name somebody might give their dress? We're just going to say the Britney dress. So let's say you just got the Britney dress in stock. So you say, the Britney dress is so cute. It's perfect for a date night or a night out with the girls. Wear it with strappy black pumps or a colorful sandal. I don't know. It's the perfect addition to your already existing wardrobe. Who doesn't need another black dress? And then you tell a little bit about the details. The length is perfect. It doesn't show too much skin. It gives off a classy but sexy feel. What else could you say? I think I've said enough. So again, you don't have to answer all the questions, but be specific. You kind of want to tell a story. Like say enough about this product that the person can imagine in their brain that they own this item already or imagine themselves wearing it, and they kind of become attached to it and be like, oh, dang, I need this. Like she said something in this caption that let me know that I need to add this to my wardrobe. So hopefully that answers your question. I feel like there's way too many people that include, simple things like very obvious things in their captions. Like this black dress is made of lace. And I'm like, I'm looking at it. I can see it. It's lace. I can see that. So yeah, be as specific as possible. Try to tell a story as often as you can. Okay, let's see. Back over here. What are good sites for support merch like mugs, t-shirts, etc.? We missed my IG feed question. Oh, sorry, girl. So I use Printful, I think it's called. There's another one called Printify, I think it's called. I might be making that up. I know there's 2 that start with print, but I use Printful to create like custom t-shirts, custom backpacks, custom fanny packs, custom hoodies, all types of things. But they have like custom mugs, custom, what are those things called? Tote bags, cell phone cases, all types of things. So Printful, and I want to say the other one's called Printify, but don't quote me. I might be wrong. Hey, Jance, magic was way more packed and educationally overwhelming than I thought it was going to be. I want to launch an online children's clothing store. Is it okay to just start with one thing? I think it's definitely okay to start with one thing. You just have to market that one thing heavily. So it might just be a little bit harder for your business to take off if you just have one thing. So it's not a bad thing. It's okay. You just have to work a little bit harder because you only have that one thing to market. How do you overcome fear of starting a YouTube and posting videos? By being consistent. I had no idea that my YouTube channel would grow as much as it did. And I also didn't have the intention for it to grow either. I mean, I just wanted to share content. So at first it was really weird. Like I would feel like I was, especially recording the videos made me feel like I was just sitting in front of a camera talking to myself for the longest time. And then I would have to go back and watch it and like edit it. And that was annoying. So I would say just consistently doing it. I watched a lot of other people's YouTube videos to get a feel for like how they created theirs, how they edited theirs, how they talked or like, and things like that, to kind of get, I guess you could say, inspiration for what to do with my future videos. But it's still weird to this day, sitting in front of a computer or phone and talking to people. So it just gets easier with time and consistency. If you only do it once every blue moon, every time you do it, you're gonna feel crazy. But if you do it consistently and you can see your audience growing and you have people that are commenting and telling you what they want to see future content about and things like that, it becomes a lot easier. It goes a lot smoother. I am stuck at the same amount of followers now, literally a standstill. My followers are great and engaged, but now it's time to grow. What do I need to do differently to bring new followers? What are you currently doing, or what were you doing in the first place to generate those followers in the first place? So the followers that you have currently, what did you do to get them in the first place? I think that's usually the part that most people, or I don't want to say fail, that they fail at, but that they can improve on. They tend to continue doing what it is that they were doing instead of figuring out how they can improve or do something differently in regards to whatever it is they're trying to fix or whatever. So what are you doing? What did you do previously to grow the following that you currently have? Excuse me. Roughly how long does it take to edit your video onto YouTube? It doesn't take me long at all now because I don't add any like crazy graphics or transitions or anything like that. I would say it takes me 10, 15 minutes tops. And mostly because I'm literally just adding like a little blur in between the different scenes. Usually there's like at most, the most scenes I think I've had in a video are like 6. And by scenes, I mean like I recorded 6 individual clips and then had to merge them together. So most of my editing is just me adding some type of transition in between the different clips and then adding some words or something in the beginning or the end. Nothing too major. And I edited all on my phone using either InShot or iMovie. You are very sweet. Thank you. You mentioned store colors. How do you decide what colors to use and how to incorporate them in your IG business page? I don't really have an answer for that. So for me, when I first launched my business, my colors were very like bland. It was very neutral, and I just allowed my the colors of my clothing to be the color, I guess you could say, in my business. So everything was black, white, tans, things like that. And then over time, when I got to know my customer a little bit more and things like that, I was able to see that I kind of based my new colors off of my customers. So my customers that shop with me frequently are fun, they're vibrant, they're happy girls. Like they're always on social media joking and laughing and sharing heart emojis and laughing emojis. And like, they're just very lighthearted and fun. So I wanted to incorporate more colors that I felt like exuded those personality traits. So more happy, bright, vibrant, things like that. So now my colors are more are more pinks, yellows, oranges, things like that. So I guess you could say I use my customers as a basis for my color palette. You can also study color theory. There's like a bunch of information out there about what different colors mean. So if you have like a descriptive word that you would say describes your business as a whole, maybe research colors that would represent whatever that word is and see if there's a color out there that represents that word or a word that represents that color. No, I think I said it right the first time. And then just look for like complementary colors. But mine's changed over time. My launch is delayed due to waiting for unedited photos. Should I just use the photos I do have to launch? I totally missed the summer sales. If your merchandise is summer related, then you definitely want to hop on it and use the photos that you have and just change them whenever you get the chance to. You definitely don't want to delay selling that merchandise, because the longer it sits, the more likely it is for you to struggle selling it. What contracts do you need to have models sign for your photo shoots? That's dependent on what you are wanting them to be able to do in regards to those photos. So like some people will have a contract in place saying how or where those photos can be used. So like it could be, for instance, my friend Ashley, who went to Vegas with me, she's a brand strategist and photographer. So she takes people's photos and she has contracts in place for the photos that she takes. And so one of the things she has written in the contract, or that the person has to sign off on is whether or not those photos can be used by her in like future use for her own content. So you can decide if you would allow them to use that content on their own, or if that content solely belongs to you and they are not able to use it, and things like that. That's usually mostly the only type of thing that I can think of that a boutique would probably have in place as far as a contract between a model and their business. Yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of, honestly. Love your product description examples appeal to your audience personality. Exactly. Okay, let me go back up. I missed a whole bunch of questions over here. Sorry, guys. Let's see. What editing, photo, video tools, apps do you recommend? So my process is very simple. For editing my videos, I only use InShot. I use InShot probably 98% of the time, and iMovie probably 2% of the time. And as far as editing my photos, I only use the editing tools in my iPhone, which is, here, I'll open my phone and show you. Oops. So at the very top of the glare, at the very top, there's a button that says edit, and then it opens these different tools where you can change the filters, you can change the color, adjust the light, the brightness, highlights, shadows, all that. So those are the only editing tools I use. Every blue moon, I might edit something on Photoshop, but not too often. So that's it. InShot, iMovie, iPhone. That's it. If you want some other types of apps, I use Facetune every now and then, but I only use Facetune for brightening like my white background. So I use it to whiten the background. And I use PhotoGrid to like create collages and things like that. But that is literally all I use. I'm very simple in my processes. I thrive off of simplicity. I hate anything that's complex. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back, is because they believe that they have to have some complex system or strategy. I think a lot of people overthink things. And I am like so simple. I'm always looking for the simplest solution. Let's see, rebranding. I know you recently rebranded and I'm considering the same. What are some things to think of to do that I might miss? For example, I want to change to a simpler logo. Okay, so yeah, so I changed one. That was the first thing that I changed upon me rebranding. So my logo used to be it used to be just my business's name, but it was in this like very fine print cursive writing. And so now my logo is still the name, but in a super bold font. And the reason for that is because the meaning of the word brazen, which is the name of my boutique, the meaning of the word brazen is to be bold and to be unapologetic. So I chose a font that represented that. So I would say first and foremost, think about the fonts that you're using. Would you say that it is one that is, so like if you're using one of those like fancy cursive types of fonts, does it give off like luxury? Does it give off like cutesy, feminine? Is that the vibe that you're going for? So think about the fonts that you're using. I also changed my colors. So my colors used to be blacks, whites, and things like that. Now I am using more color. And so once I decided the colors that I would be using, then I decided where those colors should be used at. So initially I wanted to make my logo a different color besides black. Excuse me. I think it's the alcohol making me burp. So initially I wanted to make my logo a different color, but I decided to make it black. And then I decided I would just incorporate the different colors that I'd chosen into my website. So then you start thinking about your website. What do you want to change about your website? Where do you want there to be more color, more information? Think about your customer. So again, like when I launched my business, my customer was seemingly me, and it's still me, but a different version of me. So when I first launched, it was the millennial woman who likes cheapy things. So she likes cheap. She liked neutral colors, things that she could mix and match from day to night. She could mix and match with things that she already owned, things that were already in her closet, things like that. So now my customer is still seemingly the same thing, but she's more of like a bougie millennial, which is kind of what I am, I guess you could say. So I'm broke, but I don't like to look broke. So she likes to look like money without spending a lot of money. She likes to brunch. She likes to travel. She likes Instagrammable moments. She's all about like IG and the hashtags and looking cute and getting likes and stuff like that. She's very colorful. She's very vibrant. She's looking for things that she can add to her wardrobe to help her wardrobe stand out. So she still wants to incorporate pieces into her already existing wardrobe, but she doesn't want them to be so basic, neutral colors and things like that. Still wants to transfer those pieces from day to night and things like that. It's just a different, I guess, vibe. So think about your logo, the look of your website, who you're targeting, and what type of merchandise those customers like. So like even the type of merchandise that I'm buying now versus when I launched has even changed. So those are the things that went into my own relaunch. To go back to gaining followers, I was curious to know what to do when you start from scratch. I don't have a lot of followers on my personal page, so I was curious to know if you have advice. So hashtags are going to be like your best friend when you are first launching. The issue with hashtags is that most people use generic hashtags like hashtag fashion bloggers, things like that, because they believe it's relative to the industry and the business and things like that. But you want to use hashtags that are relative to your target customer and to your business, and be more specific. So instead of it being hashtag fashion, what type of fashion is it? So is it chic fashion? Is it edgy fashion? Is it luxury fashion? Things like that. So you want to be as specific as possible with your hashtags as possible. You also want to go out there and actually look for potential customers. So, or when I say look for, I mean like interact with potential customers. So as you're developing those hashtags, you also want to use those hashtags as search criteria. So on Instagram, you go on into the search bar, type in the name of type in the keyword for the hashtag, toggle over to tags, And then I just start scrolling. I scroll, and I click on random people's pages that I think look cute in whatever outfit they're wearing. And I might comment, or I might like it. I might compliment them on their outfit. I might send them a DM saying something like, love your style, super cute. I think you look great in some of our styles. Check it out sometime. I might offer them a coupon to use on a future purchase, things like that. So knowing who your target audience is, being consistent with your content, and engaging with your target audience is going to be super helpful to you in the long run, and especially at the beginning of your business. Okay, let me switch back over here. Sorry, I didn't explain my question well. My store color question is related to posting on IG prior to boutique launch. So you mean like, I'm not sure if I'm understanding. So you mean like, how do you decide what colors you should choose to post? Because for me, it's whatever my brand colors are. Those are the colors that I'm gonna post. So like, I can show you my planned out Instagram of all the posts that I haven't posted yet. So like, my colors currently are pink, yellow, a little bit of blue. I'll show you guys over here too. So, and orange too. So these are my newest photos. And so there's pink, yellow, blue. I'm wearing pink, yellow post, pink and orange there, wearing yellow, wearing yellow, wearing yellow. Pink post, orange, orange. The filter on this picture is blue, things like that. So here's my, wait, let me go back. Here's my Instagram of all the posts that I haven't posted yet. So as you can see, my Instagram is going a lot more colorful. My brand colors are pink, yellow, blue, orange. So I'm wearing pink. My graphics, I try to include those colors in the graphics. So pink, yellow, blue, yellow, pink, orange, pink, wearing lots of pink, wearing lots of yellow, pink post, wearing orange here, and the filters, the filter on the picture is blue, things like that. So thinking about the colors of the graphics that I'm choosing, and even the filters that I'm using on the pictures is what I'm considering as I'm planning my Instagram content. After we find our target customer, for example, on Instagram, do you have any advice on the best way to connect with them or reach out to them? So depending on how you are wanting to, like if you're wanting to contact them and work with them like on an influencer basis, then it's fine to contact them through DM. It's fine to contact anybody through DM, because I mean, that's one of the features of Instagram. And it's also a little bit easier for the most part to get in contact with people through DM versus email. But if you're looking to work with somebody for like influencer basis, I would say contact them through DM and email. But if you're just looking for like just to connect with that person in general, DM or comment would probably be the easiest way. Great info, thanks, Jance. Thank you. I be trying. Do you purchase any posts with the quotes and sayings, or do you do them yourself? Nope, I don't purchase any of them. So I literally go on Pinterest and just download them. There's a download button on Pinterest, and I just download them. And if I find a quote that I love, but it's not in the colors that I need, I'll just like recreate it on Canva and make the background of the photo one of my brand colors. So like, for instance, I like this one. It says being a sleepy girl with a busy life is so hard. It's purple. Purple is not one of my brand colors, but I would easily go on Canva and find a template that I like and recreate it. How do you pay for your inventory? I pay for my inventory with my business debit card. Thank you. So you can choose your colors and search on Pinterest for those color images since there is new merchant. Correct. Yes. So here, I'll show you. So I literally do it all day. So say I'm looking for, and I try to be like specific. So if I'm looking for like a fun quote or a serious quote, I would type that in. So I'm going to type pink fun quotes. And so I type pink fun quotes and it literally pulls up all of these different graphics that are pink and fun quotes. And I'll just start saving them to my, I create a little board on Pinterest and I just start saving them to it. So this is what I was just showing them on YouTube. I just type in whatever color quotes I'm looking for and I just start saving them. And if you're doing it from the phone, there's this button up at the top, the 3 dots. You hit download image at the bottom, and I save it to my phone, and that's it. Do you know why Instagram denies people from product tags? I can't get approved or even appealed, even though it says I can appeal it. Do you have any info on this? I do not, unfortunately. I've heard a lot of people say that they weren't approved for selling things on Instagram, but I've never read or learned anything in regards to like why they don't approve certain people. I know a few girls have posted about it on in the Facebook group that I have. So if you're in there, I would definitely recommend looking through the posts and seeing if anybody has posted a solution to that problem. Your own money. Yep, my own money. So my first collection that I ever purchased for my boutique was purchased with my own money. I made money from that merchandise that went into my business account, and I used that same money to purchase new inventory. I've never taken out any lines of credit or anything for my boutique. It is straight cash from my bank account. Looks like I need to get on Pinterest. Yes, I love Pinterest. Have you ever used Pinterest for ads? I haven't. I've been thinking about it. When I was taking the marketing course that I was taking, we mostly only talked about Instagram and Facebook, but the instructor was telling me just a little bit about Pinterest and doing ads for my YouTube channel, but I haven't really looked into it much. So I'm thinking about it. I definitely want to play around with Pinterest a lot more this week, though. Start posting some things on there, seeing if I get some traction to my sites. You have to contact them via email. Instagram, I'm assuming. Someone on Instagram says to contact Instagram via email about appealing. I'm looking for workwear like what Miss Bling Miami sells. Do you know any vendors? I don't know. I know who Miss Bling Miami is, but I don't think I've ever paid attention to what she sells. Hold on, let me look. I was just watching a video of her earlier today. She was preaching about something. Miss Bling. Can't spell. Miss Bling Miami. What's the name of the Facebook group you're in? So I have a Facebook group that I manage. It's called Boutique Success. Okay, so what we got here? Miss Bling official. I'm like, where are the product photos? Lots of randomness up in here. I don't know. I feel looking at her pictures, I'm not getting a workwear vibe. So am I looking at the right page? Does she have like a different page that she posts her boutique with or her boutique merchandise on? Because I'm getting a different vibe from these clothes than workwear. Oh goodness, it's so hot in my apartment. I'm not understanding why. Just actually created a business account too and added a board for my boutique. Yeah, I just switched one of my, so I have like 3 Pinterest accounts, but I just switched one of my Pinterest accounts to a business account. So I need to look at it a little bit more. I'm so scared to shop for fall inventory because stuff didn't sell like I thought it would, and I have lots of summer inventory left. What do you suggest? Are you running any sales? Do you have a markdown strategy in place? Have you been marketing any way besides posting on social media? I would start there. A marketing strategy and a markdown strategy. Pinterest is supposedly one of the best and highest selling platforms catering to women. I could believe it because a lot of women use Pinterest. I'm definitely making it my duty to do Pinterest this week. Girl, I need to get on it. Hello, Benita. You know any vendors in NYC? I don't. The only vendor that I have personally shopped with in New York was called Night Queen. I think it's called Night Queen NYC, but they sell like accessories and like jewelry, scarves, and things like that. That's the only vendor that I have personally shopped with in New York. Yeah, I'm looking at Miss Blingy. There's a shirt on here, and I've seen it before. I think it's from a vendor called The Sang. Somebody, never mind. It's from a vendor called The Sang. There's a couple of dresses, I believe, that I've seen from Latisse at some point. There's this pink like sweater set I've seen from a vendor called Kaylee Collection. A few things from CQ by CQ. But yeah, those are like all that I can think of personally. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Thanks, I appreciate that. Hey. Creating curated looks for your boutique on Pinterest and linking to your site can drive sales. That's what I keep hearing, so I'm on it this week. It's written down in my calendar. I saw a vendor at Win called FTNY. So I'm gonna write that in this bar on YouTube for the person that asked. Vendor called FTNY. 46 people on Insta and 31 people on YouTube. Ooh, oh. This is pretty cool. Anyone know of a good Pinterest beginner's YouTube? I totally don't understand it. I don't. But I feel like there's probably tons of videos about Pinterest out there. Hi, love. How are you? I purchased over 300 wholesale vendors about 5 hours ago. How long does it take? It's supposed to be delivered immediately. It goes to people's spam folder way too often. Most times it lands in people's spam. I have no idea why. Check your spam folder, see if it's there. If it is not, let me know. Send me a DM and I can manually send it to you. It's I want to say the email says confirmation from Jance Chartae, and then there should be pink links in there for you to download the list. Do you know or have heard of Tiffany Rose Collections? I have not heard of Tiffany Rose Collections. Let me check it out. Thank you so much for everything that you do. You're truly helping a lot of us that started out. You're going to be blessed abundantly. I pray I am blessed abundantly, Lord Jesus. Oh my gosh. Thank you, though. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Tiffany Rose. Okay, I feel like the air isn't working up in this thing because I'm burning up. This is ridiculous. Um, do you shop on Alibaba for inventory? I do not personally. I've never dabbled in Alibaba. I've purchased from AliExpress, not for my boutique, but like for personal use. But yeah, you should do IG audits. So I just added IG audits and website audits to my that's where I got you hot. That's probably what it is. Okay, so I just added Instagram audits and website audits to my list of services on. So if you click the link in my bio, scroll down to services, it's linked underneath there. I literally just added it on Friday. How should I go about hiring a model? What should I be responsible for as far as hair and makeup, and how much should I pay the model? I honestly can't say because I've never personally used the model. I am my own model, so I'm not sure, honestly. I think it's up to you. Like obviously, if you're going to pay for their hair, then you got to decide who's doing the hair and what that person's charge is for that. I would say you need to add that into your budget for your overall for the month or season or whatever. Add that into your budget for that period of time and just determine how much you'd be comfortable with subtracting from your budget to use towards paying a model. Good boutique to look at is Gypsy Bazaar. They're new and they have a really consistent look. Also, mod natives. Okay, check those out. Do you think brand colors are needed to start your boutique? I definitely think they help to create a brand identity for you. So I would say yes. It doesn't have to be like an extensive list of colors, and they can change over time or change with the seasons, things like that. But yes, that's definitely something that helps to be a brand identifier for sure. Oh yes, Tiffany Rose. She's fancy. And she only has 15 posts on her page. Did she just launch? She got 49.8 thousand followers. How often should new boutiques bring out new inventory? As often as possible, but obviously you don't want to spend more money if you're not making any. So as often as you can afford to. So for me, as I'm selling merchandise, I'm bringing new merchandise in personally. Creating a brand board helped me picking colors and fonts. Yep, I created a brand board on Pinterest actually. Oh, and then Shop Tribe 228 gave some advice about hiring models. Thank you, girl. No, she posts several times a day. Huh. Does she like just delete the post afterwards? Is that what happens? Because the first post that I see, or the oldest post I see, is from 3 days ago. So maybe she just deletes them as she goes. I'm assuming. No. What kind of posts do you post before launching your boutique to build the following? Anything that I feel like my customers will resonate with. So whether that's quotes, whether that's me featuring a blogger who's wearing a style that represents the type of merchandise that I'm going to sell, things like that. So I only post things that I think will resonate with my audience. So it's key to know who you're targeting in the first place. This live is going to end in 46 seconds, guys. Jesus. So I wouldn't list all my inventory immediately. I would do the trickle down effect personally. You know, the open stock so that I don't have to buy full packs. I don't need that many. I do not. I only purchase my inventory in packs. You guys are welcome. Feel free to come on over to YouTube land because YouTube won't kick me off of my live. So come on over if you want. Hey guys, Instagram ended, so you guys got me now. So let's see what someone said. I stay on Pinterest for my inspiration for new fashion designs. Her stuff is gorgeous. Is there more than one shopping area in LA? Not necessarily. The fashion district is it spans across like a ton of blocks. So I personally don't know how many blocks, but there isn't I wouldn't say like specific areas per se. There's like different districts. So there's like the fashion district, the garment district, the flower district, things like that. Thank you so much for these gems. You're welcome. I don't have any friends, so y'all my friends, and I get to talk to y'all all the time. So thank you for being here. So funny. Anybody else got any questions? Oh my God, y'all, I'm burning up. I am like burning up. It's crazy. Okay, well, if no one else has any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and log off. If you're not following me on Instagram, come follow me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is just my name on here, Jance Chartae. And hope to talk to you guys soon.